Okay, sorry about the jump, but I thought the video was getting a bit long, so I thought I'd do this in 2 chunks. Okay, so we've got algebraic algebra. No, we haven't. We've got fractional algebra. Okay, which must be even harder, apparently. Now it's just knowing what you're looking at. Okay, so here we've got 4x minus 1 divided by 2 equals x plus 7. So remember I said to you I want to get rid of brackets and I want to get rid of fractions. So if we've got fractions, again it's simple, it's just looking at what we've got. Okay, I don't want this fraction here. Now the 2 is dividing, so this is where I now control what goes on. Okay, because I know that if I move anything over the equal sign, the sign changes. So if the 2 is dividing, if I move it over the other side, then it's going to multiply, because multiply is the opposite of divide. So what I would have is 4x minus 1 equals 2. Now I can't write times x plus 7 because that would imply that we're just multiplying the x, and we've got to multiply everything. So I write the x plus 7 in a bracket, okay, and this is just to remind me to multiply everything. I know that you could probably work this out as 2x plus 14 in your head, but examiners want to see what you're doing and why. Okay, so you need to put this line in. Also, if you make a mistake, you can then backtrack. So we've got rid of the fraction, but we've got a bracket, so I want to get rid of the brackets. So we have 4x minus 1 equals 2x plus 14. Okay, because remember it multiplies everything. So we go back to this state again, okay, and you will constantly come back to this state. So I want all my x's together, so 4x is the biggest. So 4x minus 2x equals 14, the minus 1 becomes plus 1. Now it's just the arithmetic, so we have 2x equals 15, so if 2 things cost me 15 quid, 1 thing cost me £7.50 or 7.5. Okay, don't write £7.50. Okay, so that solved that. Okay, now this one, we look at it and it's exactly the same. 3 is dividing. The fact that it's on the right hand side, we couldn't care less. 3 is dividing, so if I move it over the other side, it's going to multiply. So 3 times 3x plus 2, because it has to multiply everything, equals 2x plus 13. So now we get rid of the brackets. So 3 times 3x is 9x, 3 times 2 is 6, and that still equals 2x plus 13. My biggest value of x is the 9x, so we have 9x minus 2x equals 13 minus 6, because all the signs change, remember. So 9x minus 2x is 7x, and 13 minus 6 is 7. 7 things cost me 7 quid, 1 thing cost me a quid. That's it. Okay, so because I know the 3 is dividing, I can move it and make it multiply. Okay, so again, what looks horrific very often isn't. Okay, so I'll pause it and we'll look at something else. Okay, so this is just substitution. Okay, so if you imagine, or if you remember from the first video, okay, electricity boards, gas boards, phone companies, all sorts of companies use various formula. Okay, so what we've got is a formula here, and then we have a value for x. Okay, so we need to find the value of 3x minus 2 if x equals 4. Okay, so if we've got 3x minus 2, okay, and x equals 4, so we know that 3x is 3 times x. So if x equals 4, that's 3 times 4 minus 2. Okay, and remember BODMAS says that we multiply before we add or subtract. So 3 4s are 12, and 12 minus 2 is 10. So our answer here is 10. Okay, now we've got 5x plus 6. Now x is minus 2, and we've got 5 lots of minus 2. So 5 lots of minus 2 would be minus 10 plus 6. So the signs can't react on one another because there's a number in the way. So we think bank account. So I'm overdrawn by £6. Sorry, I'm overdrawn by £10, but I add £6 to my account. So I'm now only £4 overdrawn. So this is minus 4. Okay, so substitution we use a lot in algebra, okay, using the quadratic formula and various other things, so we use it a lot. So let's say we have 6x minus 5 and x equals 2. Well, if x equals 2, that's 6 lots of 2, which is 12, minus 5. So 12 minus 5 gives me 7. So if I've got 4x minus 3 and x equals minus 5, so 4x is 4 lots of minus 5, and 4 lots of minus 5 is minus 20, and of course we got the minus 3. So if I'm £20 overdrawn and I draw out another 3, I'm now £23 overdrawn. Okay, let's say we have 6x minus 4 and x equals minus 3. Sorry, x equals minus 3. Then 6x is 6 lots of minus 3. So 6 lots of minus 3 would be minus 18 and minus 4. Now I'm £18 overdrawn. I draw out another £4. I'm now minus £22 overdrawn. Okay, so you can see that this is not too difficult at all. Okay, you're just substituting in a value. Okay, now I could try and make it difficult. So let's say we've got 8 minus x, and x is minus 3. Okay, now this is saying that it's 8 minus whatever x is. Okay, so that's 8 minus whatever x is. Now x is minus 3. Now the signs can touch, and the same signs always give positive, different signs negative. Okay, so 2 minus signs give me a positive, so 8 plus 3 gives me 11. Okay, let's say we've got 6 plus x and x equals minus 2. So that's 6 plus whatever x is. Now x is minus 2, so we write in minus 2. Now different signs, when they touch, will always give us a negative, so that's a negative. So we get 6 minus 2, which is 4. Okay, and the only way to get good at this is to constantly do it over and over and over again. Okay, and as I say, in the quadratic formula, substitution is used a lot. Okay, so I hope this has helped. I'm going to go on and do some more algebra. Okay, but if you can get these first 2 videos and understand what's happening, then that will make an enormous difference, I think, to your progress. Okay, so I'll stop there and I'll move on to the next video.